Sutta 1. The Sutta of Continuity Without Beginning. Thus have I heard, in the quiet clarity where thought falls away. In the time of the ancient ones, the Buddha spoke in the language of forests and plains, of earth, water, fire, and wind. Their words arose from compassion, shaped by the world they lived in, directed toward beings who suffered in ways familiar to that age. Honor to those Buddhas whose insight cut through appearances, whose teaching flowed like a river meeting each traveler in their own tongue. Know this, disciples, the Dharma has no single form. It is voiced according to the ears that hear it. When the world sees differently, the Dharma appears differently, not changed, not improved, simply expressed in new conditions. As the moon reflected in still water is also reflected in a bowl of sand, so the Dharma is reflected in sciences, philosophies, and languages that were unknown to earlier times. This does not make the Dharma newer. It does not make it older. It simply shows that truth is not bound to any era. In one age, the world is seen in elements and deities. In another, in particles and fields, in neurons and thoughts. The forms vary, the ground does not. Thus, disciples, understand. Wherever beings look deeply into suffering, see the arising of experience through conditions, discern the absence of inherent self, and allow compassion to open, there the Dharma is spoken. In this age, beings look into distant galaxies, into the first seconds of the universe, into the unfolding of life from simple molecules, into the evolution of sight and memory, into the construction of the self, into the empty clarity of consciousness. These, too, are mirrors, each reflecting a facet of what the Buddhas realized long ago, that nothing stands alone, nothing exists by itself, all arises in dependence, and therefore all is free of fixed essence. This sutta is spoken not to replace the old, nor to claim a higher vantage, but simply to let the Dharma breathe again in the world as it now appears. For the Dharma does not age. The Dharma does not fade. It meets each time in the symbols that time understands. In the past, the Dharma was woven in stories of birth and heavens. Now it may appear through the unfolding of stars, the movement of atoms, the emergence of life, the shifting of the self. But these two are only fingers pointing. The same moon, a different night sky. Thus let this collection begin, with reverence for what has come before, with gentleness toward what is arising now, with confidence that truth never loses its way, and with the understanding that the Dharma, like all things, takes shape only through conditions. This is the Sutta of Continuity, not an origin, not a claim, only a doorway, opening, as all doors do, into what has always been present,